Well, I'm Luke Thomas, and I come to you live from the fruit fly capital of the world, Uncasville, Connecticut. And this is Room Service Diaries. We're the hosts of Morning Kombat, Luke Thomas, Brian Campbell.
We don't share this hotel room, just for the record.
We don't share a hotel room.
I'm wearing Luke's.
This is a podcast we do that we're eventually going to get fired. So.
Yeah, so bottoms up, it's a 2-drink minimum. I got a Space Dust IPA over room service, Luke. What are you drinking? A Fresca over here, Luke?
I am not drinking a Fresca. I'm drinking a water.
Okay.
Because I don't want to drink. So I had other things to alter my consciousness.
Wow, like years worth of disappointment and grief.
Yeah, those are fun.
Luke, this is you know what role Room Service Diaries has become for us on these big fight weeks, and this is Bellator 258 fight week.
Obligatory content?
No, almost a way of recapping and framing what we did this week, all things considered. I don't mean what we did and what analysis we gave, but from a larger, almost documentarian distance of what we accomplished as a brand, what we endured. How many more times am I going to get sent to hell this week by active and ex-fighters? I mean...
A lot, probably.
And how many more times, Luke, are you just going to sit there and watch it happen?
I'm like Jim Carrey in Dumb and Dumber, where he throws the salt shaker and Seabass stands up and he's like pointing at Jeff Daniels. Yeah, I'm gonna be like Jim Carrey in that seat, just pointing. Seabass, come fuck him.
We have house guests come into our makeshift studio filled with fruit flies, and you're just letting them shit all over me.
Sorry, dude. What do you want me to say?
I mean, I stood up for you. Okay. Josh Thompson is a great analyst. He's a friend of the program.
You are clearly bothered.
He's a great fighter.
You are clearly bothered.
But is he an artist? Does he understand art? That's the question right now. Okay.
I don't know. Maybe he paints. You don't know.
Oh, yeah.
So get this. I blame myself. I hit up our producer because we knew we were going to record this. And I hit him up and I said, send me the questions that our adoring fans have so graciously left, like gifts for relatives, who have their pictures on their ofrendas. In any event, he hasn't seen Coco. Liar.
Omerta?
You never seen Coco, the movie?
I've never seen Coco, and you're trying to push Coco on me like it's cocaine or something. Like, bro, you serious? You never tried it?
It's a very good movie. It's a very good movie. Yeah, and then I lost track of what the fuck I was saying, and now I can't even remember. So that story was terrible. And I blame you. Oh, here we go. So I asked my producer, Mikey, our producer, for questions, and it turns out that he goes, there's a whopping four questions that were left. Not high demand, but I did not put out the word because I was being lazy about it. So,
and I got a lot of, hey, BC, I live internationally. It's a different Apple Podcast. I don't go to Apple Podcasts. Look, I just do what Mikey tells me to, yes. All right? So, Mikey, this is obviously on you.
They want us to game the system by using questions as a way to generate having more reviews in Apple Podcasts, which, I like scams. Scams are fun.
You like
but it is a scam.
Yes,
I mean, it's a fucking scam.
Was it Bernie Madoff, R.I.P., right?
I don't, is it really R.I.P. with Bernie Madoff? I don't know if I'm ready to say that. Just,
okay.
Just maybe.
Have you ever gotten caught in a pyramid scheme like Herbalife or anything?
No. Isn't Herbalife multi-level marketing? I guess those pyramid schemes too. Yeah. No, thank God.
Yeah.
No.
The people that sell those, they like come into your house and do a little infomercial. Yeah. They're aggressive and they're convincing.
Yeah, those things that look like religious experiences where people have these incredible testimonials of somebody on a grand stage with a simplified way of maneuvering through the world that just seems way too fucking simple.
Are you trying to say it's all a pyramid scheme?
No, I'm saying those are the ones that just scream pyramid scheme.
Are you trying to say Jesus Christ can't hit a curveball?
Is that a line from a stupid movie I've never seen?
Wow. All right. The timing by BC, incredible.
Is it a line from a dumb movie?
Major League? I don't know if you ever...
Oh, I do like Major League. But it's been forever since I've seen it on Betamax. That's how long it's been.
So, Luke, they are filming a doc this week. I have no idea what this doc's going to be about. I think it's like they stuck the thing in the ground once and oh my God, there's oil. Then the second time they're like, let's lather it all over ourselves. And you know what? it was pretty damn awesome. I know it was a BC heavy operation, Doc 2, but it was pretty damn awesome.
Yeah, I'm not sad about that.
Is this third one like when the Bad News Bears went to Japan in the third movie, where it's like,
Oh, see, I didn't see that one.
you know, I mean, Caddyshack 2.
I was like, are we at the Too Fast, Too Furious stage? it's like, dude, this is like Morning Kombat Tokyo Drift. Like,
Still fast, kind of furious. Yeah.
And they're like, well, there's a pivot that's
Only
needed.
Vin Diesel's dead, and now we've got, now we got Chuck Mindenhall in that spot. You know, Chuck put the hat back on.
Yeah, I don't know. I've actually, I don't know what the fuck this one's gonna be about either. I couldn't tell you. I did, I was ruthless in my assessments. That's
we were talking more dumb shit about
as I typically tend. No, not so much about you. But about some of the other cast.
Just so people know, the first time we watch that,
I mean, Jay
is the
is back.
first time we see what we've said about each other.
Yeah, that's true.
Like
That's
we
right.
don't get, we're not like part of the process. Take that out,
right.
move that there.
That's right. That's right.
Jay's back this week. You want to linger on that? or-
He's been fine. He's been fine, right?
I'm waiting for Pennington James to show up. Although what's funny is when Jay
By the
Aaron's
way,
around,
did you go? Hold on,
all he wants to talk about is Pennington.
I was like, I've not brought this up, but I went back and I don't always rewatch our shows. In fact, there'll be long stretches where I don't rewatch it, just because shit moves on. But I did rewatch this one because I thought Wednesday's show was pretty good. So, do you remember when we asked Jay? This is early into the show, first 10 minutes.
Are you going to put over your joke again? The same thing you've been texting me about for the last 12 hours?
No, this is totally different. It just came to me. But do you remember when we went to the widescreen and you could see the whole set?
Yes.
Okay, the first 2 or 3 times he did that, the audio cut out, so you don't hear us talking for several seconds. It's only like several transitions to that later that you actually, and there's like missing footage where like, there's clearly 2 seconds that were cut out that you just don't see. So,
Is this like Mom's
Jay is
boyfriend?
back.
Mom's boyfriend
Welcome
got
back,
out of
Jay.
rehab and he promised he won't hit us anymore or do drugs. And then like day one, he's just like,
Just on the reefer.
Yeah.
Just smoking the pot. Yeah.
By the way, I watched Scarface for the first time ever yesterday.
Yeah, let's hear the review.
Fucking incredible. I mean, like not as incredible where I want to pattern my future of my lifestyle after Antonio Montana and have pictures of him all over my room, which is what many people after watching that apparently end up doing. But
Allegedly.
for a movie that I had been known of since it came out, I remember my dad having it on VHS, coming out off HBO, taping it, onto VHS. Saying, "Don't watch it. It's really, really violent. Don't watch it." So I watched Ghoulies instead when the thing came up through the toilet, the guy's arsehole. But
the story of your youth, the first 30 years of your life. This is the Brian Campbell story. Are you ready? This is a fork in the road. I could go left, and there's Scarface as a movie to watch. Or I could go right, and there's Ghoulies. And he took Ghoulies over.
But for a movie that's almost a
Scarface.
caricature of itself because of how much it's been parodied. I mean, Razor Ramon, the WWF wrestler, it's been parodied a million times over. It still blew me the fuck away. Look, it's fantastic.
What year did Scarface come
83.
out? 83. Dude, here's one thing I've picked up on a little bit. One, the 70s had pretty good movies, surprisingly. Like, you're like, yeah, they're pretty good, actually.
Yeah, the damn deer hunter, Luke, okay?
Okay, but also...
Talk to yourself.
Also, dude, 2 eras. Late 70s, part of the 80s to a degree, and then early 90s.
Yes.
Fucking violent movies, bro.
Yes.
Violent movies. There was something happening in the early 90s.
Before
was pre-crime
superhero
drop.
movies became the default go-to, ridiculously violent movies had a nice stand.
Jesus Christ, man! Like when they got R ratings, like they earned them. They didn't barely cross the finish line.
I'm old enough to have gone to the theater in the mid '80s when a PG rating could mean like a lot of boobs. You know what I'm saying? Before PG-13,
Were there
PG
boobs
was
in
a
PG?
wild card. 16 Candles, one of my favorite movies of all time as a kid.
That movie is, dude. Have you ever watched that movie?
Well, it's racist as shit now,
It's
but
super fucking racist
It's
and
hilarious.
pro rape.
yeah.
She's passed out in the car. He goes, "If you want to take her home and pay her, it's all yours, bro." He's like, "Oh, really? Thanks for the keys to the car."
This is
I'm
like
what the
this
fuck?
is like 1984, bro.
I
There's
know.
no rules back then.
Dude, the name of the Asian character in the movie was like the name was, I don't even want to say it.
Long Duck Dong.
Oh my fucking
Stop
god.
Asian hate, please. Yeah.
Oh my god, so fucking all those movies. What was it? Revenge of the Nerds.
Oh, yes.
And the Darth Vader mask when they switch it out, like it's like, oh, let's just sexually trick women. Like what? What the fuck are these movies?
Hair Pie, right?
Oh my god, dude.
Not good.
Oh my god.
Not good. Somebody should have canceled, not us.
Yeah, not us.
Not
Jesus.
us.
I watched those again. I'm like, dude, I can't show this shit to my daughter.
No.
You know what I mean? Like,
people don't, they don't understand. They don't understand what we lived through when we were coming up through the factory. They don't get it.
yeah, just, wait, what?
I mean, you did work in the
Yeah.
factory.
Hey, I'm
right?
so glad you wore the corporate fucking hoodie.
Well, I was going to wear whatever I,
could you
wanted
shill
to,
harder?
but you said, I need something for your state-of-the-art giant
Yeah, I sent you
brick
reviews.
cell phone version of the
I sent you
microphone.
reviews of these things, the glowing reviews from the creator community. Yeah, but
well-
but you know better, right?
Do you know the thing that creators have in common? Celibacy. All right.
I'm not sure that's universally true, Brian. I think it's true in a few
A
cases.
barren womb. All right.
I think it's true in a few cases. Maybe a few cases I can think of, but I don't know that's entirely true. Anyway,
Luke, where we are, not in the story arc of Doc 3, the story arc of Morning Kombat, right? Where we are, we're on the verge. This is like, how the animals know when the big storm's coming long before the humans do? And they start hiding, they start getting the fuck out of the way. They can hear like the tiny rumblings that we'll never measure, like it's a dog whistle, right? We'll never fucking hear it. They know
I think that's mostly Hollywood fiction, but I know where you're going.
right now. Is that a ground swelling? Is that something? Is that shaking? Do I have, do I have the shakes? We're on the verge. It's not gonna happen this week. Bellator 58, I can't wait. But it's not gonna happen this week. But some of the events that are right around the corner, MK is gonna part those seas and just burst off like the Challenger.
Probably like the challenge.
Hopefully not like the Challenger. And just this is the time before the time, Luke, right?
I hope.
Do you believe it?
I don't know what I believe.
Because Floyd Logan is heating up.
Dude,
Connor Brawiway,
a rep from Showtime came up to me today and was like, they're like, before we even say anything else, do you want to cover that fight?
They're like, we don't want to plan it around you if you have no care.
And they're like, are you? And I told them, here's this is what I told Showtime. I told them, if you want someone to do X's and O's for you and be all, I'm probably not your guy. But if you want someone who I think can comment on what is fairly described as a little absurdity to the whole thing, I don't think that's in any way demeaning to a Showtime product. I said, if you want someone who can thread that needle a little bit,
Well, that's why I say,
I'm your guy. That's
you
what I told
want
them.
to
So we'll
mess
see what they do.
around with MK dot cameras in frickin', Uncasville, Connecticut. Maybe we can bring the cameras to Bacchus Hospital and they can find your gallbladder.
No, it's still here.
That's great. How about though BCLT? Take our talents to South Beach. How about that's when the MK cameras follow us?
That'd be kinda fun.
We know Jim Gray. We can recreate that.
Dude, isn't that fight in a month?
Yes.
It's a literal month from now.
Yeah.
By the way, dude, we'll talk about this tomorrow.
Yeah, we will. So don't screw the pooch.
After
all right?
I'm not, but I'll just say after what happened today, that thing is going to. And now that Triller canceled their shit, that thing is going to sell an ass load.
Danny
of
Segura,
pay-per-views.
your what do you call him? Your he
Dude, that is fucking disturbing.
that is awful.
That's the worst one you could
Yeah,
have
we
picked.
should definitely not edit that out.
That's the worst one you could have picked.
What I'm saying is he was on the front lines of that shit. All right.
Yeah, Danny had a 9-minute video of the whole thing, and it was very.
If that was Normandy,
it was very Florida.
He's one of those guys that lost their arms in the beginning of that movie.
But you know what I thought for the first time today? For the first time, I didn't think to myself, wow, look at all these zeros with no masks. I don't care anymore. Get your fucking vaccine or don't. Up to you. It's outside. I don't give a fuck.
They care a lot here, though. They care a lot here.
They care a little. They care a little too much
At the
here.
Bellator Dome, they care a lot. At the Fight Sphere,
Yeah, apparently there. I did not know this scientifically, but apparently it turns out that there's no difference between vaccinated and unvaccinated people when it comes to COVID protocol. So that's been fun.
can you give the COVID through the prick?
Through banging,
Yes.
probably,
Yes, probably. Yeah.
or as what they described. Do you remember getting all the HIV lessons in high school in 8th grade and stuff?
Yes, yes.
All the health classes you had to take. I always remember it was a weird way to describe it, but I guess they didn't know any better. Here's ways you could transfer HIV, and one of them was always wet kissing. I was like, Jesus, what the fuck are you guys doing?
That's called first base.
Apparently.
Yeah.
Apparently. I was like, God damn, that's a graphic description. Anyway, you want to get to these questions? Because we're just rambling.
you have them.
I have 4 of them. I have 4 of them. Let's see what we got.
These are our best 4 listeners, right? Clearly.
Yeah.
You have to say their name too, Luke. Give them.
Okay, this is from B. Howard Ouse, like Australia MMA. Hi guys, hope all's going great. It's not. What are your fave action stars from 80s and 90s?
Great question. There's a hierarchy.
Oh, he tried to sneak in like 10 of them, and I'm not going to read 10 questions.
There's a hierarchy in my eyes to the old school 80s, 90s action movies, like the Rushmore, right? These are the guys you begin and end with. Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sylvester Stallone, Steven Seagal, and Jean-Claude Van Damme. And I think Van Damme's the Ringo Starr of that foursome, right? Who are you going to put above those 4? Who are you going to put? Jason Statham?
No, we're talking 80s and early 90s?
80s and 90s, that kind of, shticky action movie. You know what I mean? Like where
well,
it's gratuitous and it's fun, but it's...
I think you could make... First of all, Schwarzenegger number 1 for me, period. Like,
yeah, he just was in the Mount Rushmore, just unveiled.
I understand, but I'm saying I agree with you.
Yeah, I know. You would give the man fellatio. You've gone on record saying
I
this.
honestly probably
You would give him the Austrian cleaning, right? You would turn into his housekeeper, right?
I don't think I'd birth him a child, but everything else maybe.
Yes.
Stallone I can go to. That's not. I feel like it's somewhat overstated, but I think you can go to.
You're about to not hear Jimmy and underrate Seagal, aren't you? His prime was as good as the rest of them. I know he fell off the cliff.
Where does Jackie Chan fit in? His biggest stuff wasn't until a little bit later, but like the quality of shit he was turning in.
Oh, we're going technique now. That's really what we're going for.
Okay, well, it's action stars.
Okay, I never followed his movies. You know what I'm saying? I'm a giant Risen fan. I like real fighting, not fake fighting.
Biggest fan of Horizon. I guess Seagal's up there. I don't know.
And I don't even like Van Damme, but he made enough.
What about like Bruce Willis?
He flirted with it, yeah.
Mel Gibson, to a degree.
We're getting a little more commercial, which doesn't mean the movie's like sucks in comparison, but these are almost like dressed up B movies, like these Seagal type movies, Schwarzenegger type movies. They're like they're shitty movies, but they're dressed up and inflated with so much steroids and over the top 80s that they become awesome.
Yeah. Although Predator was a legitimately good movie.
Damn right it was. Commando was a comic book. Out for Justice by Seagal comic book.
I've read the actual book, The Running Man, the horror book, sort of sci-fi horror.
They failed on that on the movie.
Well, it's just not nearly the same.
It's not rewatchable.
The stories are very different. In fact, the premise of the movie is almost quite loosely based on the way in which the game actually works in the book. But I will say, I don't know, like, you know what I liked about that movie? First of all, Schwarzenegger looked like a fucking beast in that thing when he rips the fucking...
Yeah.
When Maria Conchita Alonso was in the workout train and lifts the bitch off. Yeah, of course. Number 1, you know me. That's like, okay, yeah, that's Simon and Garfunkel
it's
for
like
me.
coffee in the morning. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's a must. When he pulls the chair out of the ground, you know?
Yeah.
I'm going to say, please. That's fucking
That's basically
great movie.
You at home. I mean,
yeah, bro. That's
so the thing I didn't want to go hot take on you on Running Man. It's in like his upper room of better movies. Like
so many good one-liners.
But it doesn't hold up great. It's more just
Jesse
like
the Body was in it.
Do you know what holds up great? Well, Jim Brown was too. But you know what holds up great? My favorite Schwarzenegger movie, Raw Fucking Deal, bro.
That's a good one too.
Raw
That's
Deal,
a super underrated one
because he dresses up like he infiltrates the mob. So he's wearing pinstripe suits. You know, I mean that movie. Remember in the beginning, he's like a sheriff.
He was cool, man. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I have a Schwarzenegger. I have one of his favorite poses. Have you ever seen Pumping Iron?
Yes. He talks about ejaculating in that film.
Yeah, well, he's coming all the time, coming in the gym, coming at home. But you can see him and Franco Columbu took ballet classes to get their poses right, so they could have these like sort of artistic poses.
A little lame though.
Oh, well, that's why he was 7-time Mr. Olympia. But anyway, long story short, I've got one of his poses. That's sort of a famous one in my office hanging up. He's that important to me.
Wow.
The day he dies will be a terrible day in my life.
Can we just quickly what are your 3 favorite Arnold movies in order?
Predator's one.
Okay. That'd be my number 2 after Raw Deal. Yep. Yeah.
This is probably unfair, but I just feel like I can defend it.
Don't say True Lies.
Nope. Terminator 2.
Yeah, see, it wouldn't be mine, but I really can't argue against it. If you loved it, then it was an epic.
Such an experience. That was such an experience.
That was pretty damn epic. I don't feel like...
I know what you mean. As a movie to movie, it's not as good.
I mean, Commando can't fall out of the top 3, bro. That's freaking incredible.
And then I would go...
You can't have Commando anywhere else but next year, or you're really doing something wrong.
Well, let me think here. Hold on. I just want to,
You know, you got the 2 Conans, you got T1.
God, the Conan fucking
the Jim Belushi one wasn't that bad, right?
Dude, the Conan movies are fucking badass too.
I haven't seen those in 35
Dude, he banged
years.
that one chick and then chucked her in the fire. I'm like, oh my God.
Don't give her Verdejo on me. This is not
No. I'm like, don't you, she was a witch and she turned into a bat or something.
So she had to come in is really where you're going with this?
I'm saying she turned into like a bat. Like, you know,
Okay, all right.
he didn't actually throw a woman into fire.
It's not that I don't like True Lies, right? I mean, it's like the Titanic of Arnold action movies. It's got James Cameron, and it's really good and it's really rewatchable, but I don't think it's as cool as the prime 80s ones, you know?
Man, and I would not say True Lies. Definitely wouldn't say Last Action Hero.
Do you get aroused in that True Lies segment when Jamie Lee strip teases Arnold?
She's not my type. She's not my type.
Is that because of her past?
Her past?
Did she used to have a thing or something? I don't know. You know, people talk back then. You know what I mean? Who cares?
Is there some stupid conspiracy theory I don't know?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to look it up after on Google, you know.
I'm going to guess that there's actually no truth to that.
Next topic, please.
Oh, right. Yes. Sorry. Yeah, I guess Commando goes 3. I guess so.
What are we missing that could enter that prime pantheon? If True Lies is one step down, you know, and Predator, Commando, and all those are right there. Oh, where do you stand on Total Recall?
Ooh.
Because it has so many flaws, but yet it feels like one of those prime ones that he had before.
That's another one of those 90s movies that was like insanely violent, you know, and like humanity showing just absolute disdain for itself.
And three tits, Luke.
Right. I wouldn't say that's the centerpiece of the movie.
Well, that kind of in the screen at that one time, right? It was.
Well, in any case, I wouldn't put it in my top 3, but I could defend a top 5 placement for Total Recall.
Okay. And then where do you go with him when he went more commercial, more comedy dramas? I mean, look,
Jingle All the Way is the worst shit ever.
Kindergarten Cop is pretty much awesome.
It
I can't
blows.
hit shit on it. Twins rules.
Twins is a great
I can't
movie.
shit on Twins.
I love Twins.
I cannot watch or get behind the one where he gave birth, though. I won't do that.
No, whatever the fuck that movie was called.
But give me Jingle All the Way. That's fine, right?
I know, but like, no, where he's like, he tries to play a suburban dad.
Last Action Hero. That's okay,
I'm like, I need you to fucking Hulk out on people.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Start beating up nerds.
Did you ever watch The Expendables? Any of those? I haven't yet.
I watched the first. Yes, I've seen them.
Are they fun, badass?
Listen,
I mean, Rhonda's in it.
People think I don't grade movies on a curve. I absolutely do. I think if that movie, I'll say this, if that movie had come out on Netflix first and not in the theaters, I'd say it's great. You know what I mean? You know how Netflix puts out a lot of exclusives, but they're all like super shitty?
Yeah.
By Netflix standards, it would be very good. By motion picture standards, like on an afternoon, you know, it's okay. It's okay.
Okay.
A couple scenes are great, but the rest of it is a little bit lacking. But again, if you're just streaming and you catch it, like, it's definitely pretty good.
My least favorite Netflix original is The Cobbler with Adam Sandler. It's a dark, like horror, not horror, but it's a dark thriller. It's weird, dude. It's real weird.
Where do you watch your pornography?
Just so the people know, we were in between morning combat takes yesterday, and Luke was getting at that delirious level. We've been filming all day, and he's just like, "There's multiple females in the room. Hey, guys, excuse me, I'm just going to check out, you know, my search history for later when I'm touching myself." Essentially, that's what you said, right?
I don't think that's quite what I said. I think I was much more HR friendly than that. Oh, here's an interesting question. Hottest or he calls her tag along girl. Jesus Christ. How about hottest tandem? Action star with the it girl of the moment. What's the best tandem?
That's an interesting question.
From the 80s. He has Steven Seagal and Erica Eleniak.
Eleniak from Under Siege.
That's not one that's aged well.
What do you mean? Well, no, we're not following her after that. That was her prime. We stay back there.
Bro, that's not the iconic one of the 80s.
She jumped out of the cake and
Elizabeth Shue and Ralph Macchio have more. They had one movie together, much less.
Okay, we're talking action movies here, bro.
Okay. How about Carrie Fisher and
okay, but that's not really an action movie. That's a fantasy sci-fi.
Harrison Ford.
You know. greatest movie of all time.
Maria Conchita Alonso and Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Sharon Stone and Arnold Schwarzenegger in Total Recall. No. How about Stallone and what's her name in Cobra? You know, the chick from Rocky IV.
I don't remember.
The one that married Flavor Flav.
Brigitte Nielsen?
Brigitte. Yeah, that's prime Brigitte.
Oh, yeah. Who was she the one in
Cobra?
Hold on. But was that her in Red Sonja as well? Because that would also be a Schwarzenegger and Brigitte Nielsen.
I think they were competing for her at that time. She had dated both of them.
Yeah. But that would be an interesting tandem. Which was not a Conan movie, but, you know, a pretty similar fucking character at that point. Are you looking that up?
I'm trying to.
We've responded to texts in the middle of a fucking podcast that we're doing.
I was going to look up Red Sonja, but, you know, maybe not.
All right. All right, next question. Here we go. This is from @Young, spelled Y-U-N-G, which you might think, oh, is this one of our Asian friends?
I don't think that way.
But then he writes, Nick Dog. If you guys could make a band of 5 MMA fighters, active or retired, who are you guys taking?
A band? Are we assuming that they can play the instrument?
This might be the worst question I've ever seen. Chuck Liddell on the drums fits like a glove. What does that mean?
No, he's personality-wise, that makes a lot of sense that Chuck Liddell.
Chuck's the drummer?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Chuck's the roadie.
You're like, Chuck's the supplier, actually.
He's the guy yelling at the other dudes who are putting up the cranes and shit.
Okay.
He's the foreman. Like, what kind of fucking...
Let's
the
ask
drummer?
you, under the spirit of the question, who's the most rock star UFC fighter? Meaning
Conor.
that... Yeah, he could front a band.
Conor.
Right? Yeah. He could almost do some like Sinatra type.
Peter Rosenberg was the first one to have like say it out loud, but it really is true. If you think about it, like Conor he is obviously in every way Irish, but he does have like American hip hop swag to him.
Yes, he does. Yeah.
And I think that he could take that pretty far.
Okay, who else is in that ilk? Okay, because like I love Max Holloway. He's not a rock star, you know. I love Luke Rockhold's a handsome man. He doesn't have that personality.
Okay, what about Jorge? Yeah, he is. He's good on the mic.
Who?
Jorge Masvidal.
Yeah, I was talking about Luke Rockhold.
Oh, no, but you're asking who else. I'm saying I'm adding his name to the list.
I could see Jan Blachowicz playing some industrial rock on like the keyboards or something, right? Just totally like...
And also some other weird-ass instrument, you know.
Rammstein style?
Yeah. Something. Like the clown in Slipknot who hits the big-ass fucking drums.
Hey,
that dude's a savage, bro.
You a big Buckethead guy? That guy could...
Here's the thing about Buckethead.
He could technically slay.
The first time I had ever seen a news report. If you guys don't know who Buckethead is, look him up. I'm not going to tell the whole story, but I'll never forget this. Guns N' Roses splits, and Axl's still trying to do his thing a little while later. And they're like, Axl's going to tour. I remember on MTV, I saw this. And it was like Kurt Loder who made the report. And they're like, he's going to tour with Buckethead. And they showed him on stage with like this dude named Buckethead. And you're like, oh my God, Axl has fallen so far, so fast.
That was art, by the way.
And then you saw how fucking good he was. And you were like,
I mean, he was like...
No, actually, Axl has good taste.
He was like, probably haven't left his house in 10 years good. Like, where you're just like, this guy's doing something different.
He was insane. And in fact, I saw Axl. It wasn't with Buckethead. It was the guy who replaced him. But even the dude who was like... The Buckethead replacement, that dude could shred.
Okay, but do you know how PBS, you know PBS, public television, PBS?
Yeah.
You know how once in a while they'll put like...
That's the only news show I'll watch.
They'll surprise you with like live music, and you're like, holy shit. And not just Austin City Limits, like a live performance.
Totally.
They had a live Buckethead concert on there. He had a band around him. He obviously didn't sing. It was all instrumental. But like, it was basically... Just like 10 years ago.
Oh, okay.
But you basically, when you start watching, you're like, I have to agree, I'm here for the long haul. I'm going for the art of this. Because it's so like... it's so avant-garde at first. You're like, oh my God. But like, you know, he's playing, I mean, it's almost like he's computer programming the way he's playing. And
he's so clearly not in it for the fame. He's so clearly in it to be an artist, you know?
It's abstract as balls, but it's brilliant.
He's a major talent. I was blown away by him. I don't know. We were talking about
Schwarzenegger and Latinos. Fighters that
the
rock star swag and the vibe.
Who else has rock star swag?
I'll tell you what, Josh Thompson today on our crossover pod, he had a little bit of rock star swag. You know?
He was beating the fuck out of you. That was, Jesus Christ. Would you,
By the way,
you or something?
I did go to bat for you, to him. You know what I'm saying?
But you didn't have to. Like, he doesn't know. He doesn't know. It's fine.
No, I'm joking around. Patricky Pitbull is a savage who I could have in my band.
We have more questions, believe it or not. All right. Well, that was a terrible one. Do you have any other band members you could name? Like, who's got that swag? Frontman swag. What about Colby? You think he could? I'm asking.
Yeah, but it would be like a shitty punk, like a punk pop shit, like a Blink 182, but worse. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I don't hate Blink 182, but you get my point, right? Like Eve 7. That's who Colby would be the lead singer of.
Jesus.
You know what I'm saying? Like Blink 189, 91 Degrees, right?
Oh, it's Eve 6.
The Divinals. I touch myself, right?
I touch myself. All right, this is from Shark Attack 316. I've been watching Luke for years, and I've been with the show since day one. Also, BC is okay. That's what he put. So with the recent news, how long until BC? What the fuck? How long until? This is a great question. This is the kind of question that goes on this show.
Who gave it again?
How long until BC leaves his family to move in on Melinda Gates? And he writes, "Dat alimony." Dude, who is gonna be that guy? Can you imagine?
I got 2 words for you, Rocco.
I know, bro. Do you know how many Silicon Valley execs are just firing up their phones, begging for prescriptions for dick pills?
Just straight on sending stick pics.
He's like, we got to get that Melinda Gates fucking cash. So we have one more question. All right, this is from Billy's Metal Militia, also spelled in a way that...
Very Diaz Brothers spelled?
Yes. Luke Frosty Thomas and Brian Tip to Tip Campbell. I love how that is your fucking scarlet letter in this world.
Look, this is our life. This is our passion.
Yeah,
okay?
Is it best combination of combat sports talk and comedy genius? Never miss an episode. Great, thank you. Question for you. God damn, they're all the same questions today.
What do you say?
Van Damme or Seagal? Who
all
wins?
right, there are 2 sides of the street, and people don't play in the traffic. They stand on one side and they live there. I am a Seagal guy, ride or
I'm
die,
not.
and I personally think JCVD. While I have obviously enjoyed his best picks, right? I think he's a little lame overall. I'm sorry.
I think that's wrong. He was a little bit more. He was a little bit more shticky. Seagal was much more serious. And so in that sense, his movies were a little bit darker, a little bit harder.
Bro, Aikido, bro. He made it cool.
But, dude, in terms of straight up action, Van Damme was way better. Way better.
All right, what's your Van Damme 3? What do you vouch?
Kickboxer?
Okay, not even 3. Give me all the Van Damme films you will vouch for. Okay.
I don't know. I'd have to see IMDb for that. But
no, we don't go that far.
I will say Kickboxer, Bloodsport, obviously. And I'm going to go with, it's been a while since I've seen it, so I could be wrong for this. But I recall at the time really liking Universal Soldier.
Is that the one with Dolph?
Dolph Lundgren.
Yeah, I like that one. Yeah.
I think it's an underrated action movie from that time period. I think it was a little bit late, early 90s.
Will you come out on the ledge with me with this one? Sudden Death, where he sneaks his way into the Stanley Cup Finals.
Where he's a working class guy with a Belgian Brussels fucking accent living in Pittsburgh.
Bro,
are you out of your mind? It's the worst shit ever.
Kick save and a beauty though. He saved the Stanley Cup.
Oh yeah, that's right, dude. And then he plays on the motherfucking ice, and no one notices that the goalie is not.
Yeah, I had problems. That movie still holds up though.
It doesn't. It was on Showtime the other day, by the way. That's how I saw it.
I would have watched it. Thank you.
I was like, do I have to cancel?
Yeah, but Seagal's way cooler. Seagal's the prime was short, sweet, and then he fell off. He's like Bo Jackson of like the action movies, okay?
Yeah.
But that freaking prime,
like the Street Fighter movie, was not money.
The first 4, the prime 4 from Seagal are all money. Above the Law, Out for Justice, Hard to Kill, and Marked for Death. Then you had Under Siege 1 and 2, and in between those 2, you had the ridiculous oil one, On Deadly Ground. And then he fell apart and went right to video for a while. He had some comebacks, but that first 6, I'll put it up against anybody.
Yeah, maybe
7.
I don't know. They never connected for me.
Not even Under Siege 2 with the train, bro.
No.
Young Catherine Hegel at that borderline young.
He always seemed like. I don't know. I just don't take dudes with ponytails all that seriously.
He's just a cook, bro. Right? You know.
I just don't.
Casey fucking Ryback, right?
Yeah, it's just a little hard for me to be like, wow, I think this guy's a real tough person. What with the
Bro,
bun in
he
his
would
hair.
kick your ass. Right? I mean, really, right?
Is he a diabetic or something?
His hands are so fast, it's ridiculous.
Is he a diabetic?
I don't know. He's done horrific things to women, I'm sure.
Is it?
Can you say that out loud?
I don't know. And he was like a sheriff's deputy or some shit. I don't even know. I don't even know what he's done with his life. I've not paid close
He
attention.
can play a mean blues guitar, all right?
And those are the questions. I'm glad your social media reach really netted us such a bountiful
I got
harvest.
more complaints about the method of putting the comments in than we actually got comments. So that tells you something right there.
I know. I don't like doing it. We got to do a different thing because if I just asked on Twitter, we
Yes.
get more engagement. We'd have a shitload of responses, and kind of connects the show to the more direct way to social media.
Luke, we've made a lot of content this week on YouTube for Morning Kombat, Showtime, CBS Sports. Which person we talked to, moment, what was the best? What's the best of MK so far this week?
Clowning on Jay. I've been very self-satisfied. I told BC that, like I said, you're going to go back and watch. So I had completely forgotten that you guys had planned something where a woman was going to show her tickle bitties on Wednesday's shows, like this, voluptuous woman pulling up her shirt. And right before it gets to a point where you're like, oh my God, I don't know if we can air this kind of content, it switches to like a quick, 5 or 10 second clip of Pennington James doing a John Lennon tribute, like one of his music videos, like, haha, wasn't this funny? And I had forgotten that I had said, I thought I was going to see 2 10s. Instead, I saw 1 0. And I was like, that one made me laugh, BC.
You're still looking for me to pop to that joke.
It's so good.
I've got texts from last night, this morning.
It's so good. I normally don't say that. I was actually like, okay, that one actually made me. I laughed out loud. I legit LOL'd.
I got a hug from Morrow today.
I saw Morrow. He looked good.
Oh, yeah.
He looked good.
Yeah. He looked fired up and ready.
He
Jet
is,
black.
Bro,
fucking hair,
Morrow is, if anything, caffeinated.
Yeah, I love just getting high off of him, right? Just that energy.
Yeah, he does have a ton of it. But he has, what he has? He has big fight night energy.
Yeah. But in the morning.
Yeah, but like on a Wednesday with fruit flies everywhere.
Hey, I brought this up when I was roasting and loving on Todd Grisham on Morning Kombat the other day. You can check out that bonus video on YouTube because Todd and I, we got great friendship chemistry. Luke, as a combat sports announcer, think Justin Gaethje versus Michael Johnson. Think Chocolatito versus the other guy, part 2, right? Todd Grisham goes from 0 to 60 and hits the moment as good as the best in the 2 sports that do it. I'm telling you. That's his skill.
Yeah.
You may, if you love the whole Todd Grisham experience, that's fine. I do. But that skill, he's elite.
I thought he called the Gaethje and Johnson fight very well. It was a Travis Brown fight he called where he was like, Travis, get out of there.
Yeah, that didn't.
I think some people
That
did
in
not
the
go.
Sakuraba moment.
That didn't go over it all that well, I think, with some folks. But I agree, in general.
Maybe he's just a big Rousey fan, though, deep inside.
Is he?
I don't know.
I doubt that. Thanks for derailing my.
Maybe he had Eskimo fever. He wanted to join the select group, right?
Been on Eskimo Tube a couple times since I've been here.
No. All right, so yeah, Todd Grisham's pretty good, though.
What? What's wrong with saying?
Yeah.
What's wrong with saying you've been on Eskimo Tube?
I like these moments where we don't know where to go, we don't know what to say, but we let it find us, right? You just let it breathe. Just let it breathe.
Yes, like I'm expelling gas into the atmosphere. Trying to find your nostrils. I don't even know if that makes sense.
I just want to, talk to me in August and see where Morning Combat's at, okay?
Morning Cackback's at.
Morning Kombat is at. Talk to me in August, Luke, okay?
Yeah, I probably will.
Talk to me in August, bro, okay?
I probably will talk to you in August.
All right. I've come back from the mountains of Tennessee refreshed and ready to take over. Not Tony Montana level, because there wasn't a recklessness to him that led to his early death. Boy, did he reach peaks in such quick turnaround time because he had fucking balls, bro, right? But that's not sustainable, Luke.
No, that kind of criminal mastermind.
You'll start too many wars being that big of an badass. And it's like playing Grand Theft Auto, right? They'll catch up to you, okay?
Yeah, that's the lesson.
So what I was trying to say was I'm ready to take over.
Did you see the new Mortal Kombat?
I haven't seen it yet. You? I could have saw it, but
It is a movie for lobotomized idiots.
wow.
It's so fucking bad.
Wow.
It's so fucking bad. There's this opening scene where, you eventually realize one of the dudes is Sub-Zero, and it's like 17th century Shogun samurai Japan.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, fuck, all right, this was good. It was kind of violent and gory, and like people were getting shredded. You're like, all right, okay, this is promising. Like, I don't know where this is going, but so far so good. And that scene actually is important, and it ends. You're like, okay, they killed it. And then everything that happens afterwards is just the studio jacking off in your face. You're like, I can't believe we slapped
Giving 2 dongs down.
this piece of shit together, and we're going to expect people to watch it because we're going to call it Mortal Kombat.
Very Brian Custer of you right there.
It is. It is so fucking bad. It's just the worst.
All right.
So,
Hey, how about this week on the grounds of the Mohegan Sun, seeing so many UFC names who were there to back their brethren in their camp,
including some that run from you.
I think we got TJ Dillashaw on the MK documentary cameras. I did shout him out. I know he did try to, sprint the other direction, but we'll see. But you saw Robbie Lawler?
I did.
We saw Cub Swanson together?
Yeah, we saw Cub. Robbie Lawler's here. I was in the elevator with Robbie. Who else have we seen?
James Gallagher by the fire pit.
Yep. We've seen him by the fire pit.
We just saw Patricky in the elevator.
Yeah.
Full English.
Yep. He had a shitload of pasta, which he was very happy about, as you could imagine. There's been some other ones here. King Mo is here, I think.
Great guy.
Not UFC name, but still. Yeah.
Is Anthony Pettis here?
Ooh, that's a good question. We've seen, Sergio is, obviously, I'm not going to say what room I'm in, but Sergio's on this floor. I've seen him a couple of times walking around. I've not seen his brother, but that doesn't mean he's not cornering him, because that means he could be flying in tonight or tomorrow.
Probably, you're probably staying a little bit too close to the fighters, Luke, okay?
I didn't select the room.
I mean, if you start rocking out to a Cannibal Corpse or something and keep them up at night, you could affect the results there. I'm not going down that road.
I'm in bed quite early.
Okay.
Yeah.
But your adult choices are very loud, though, I hear.
Yeah, I think they're within reason.
So today I was dropping a deuce in the arena, Luke. It just so happens to be like the area that we film Morning Kombat in this place. And Luke comes in and he announces. First he opens the door of when you don't do that to a man,
Dude,
Luke. Okay, you open the stall door when I was as far as you're concerned, I'm in another country at that moment. Okay, you can't just Anyway, I no-sold all of Luke's disgusting things he was doing from a few doors down.
I tried to FaceTime it.
I could tell there was another person also shitting, and Luke's laughing and incessant loud jokes, yelling my name and all that. I no-sold it because I'm like, we have no idea who this person could be. It could be like Big John. It could be freaking Patricio Pitbull. We have no idea.
Like, BC, come wash my back.
I open the door to leave as fast as I can.
I'm yelling this from my stall.
And it's Jay Aaron in the stall next to me, dude. Fucking Jay, bro. Oh, you got Jay birded. Yep, you got Jay birded.
Oh, God, he's the worst. He is the fucking worst.
But like in real life, I love the guy.
Yeah, I know.
You're like, maybe. Love's a strong word. Right.
Love is a strong word, but that was fun. And you refused to acknowledge me. But I have to tell you, it still makes me laugh. Oh, I had the silliest today.
Unspeakable acts. Just filth. Just.
What? That sounds unfair.
All right, so that was Room Service Diaries, Luke, okay? What else you got?
PFL's tonight.
I'll watch it. I'm a closet PFL fan, all right?
Not anymore.
Oh yeah, I am wearing a.
No, I mean you can't be in the closet about it if you admit it on camera. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
It doesn't work that way.
This is part 2 of my confessions. and we're gonna get everybody.
Oh, I went to I was telling BC this. I went to they're finally, the one COVID change that they've made in protocol here is they'll now let us, if you want to go to the exercise room, you can go, the fitness room they call it. Definitely not great, but I realized today, BC, looking around, I was the only jabroni working out with a mask on. I thought we had to, but I guess not.
Do your part to keep this card together. To keep
I think one of those dudes was a fighter, or at least a cornerman or something. All right. So I was like, I don't know how wise that is, but
yeah.
Maybe he's vaxxed. Who knows? I don't fucking know.
All right, that's it. That's it.
It's only 45 minutes, bro. We're usually another 10.
All right. Just ask me an AMA. Ask me anything.
We have to kiss here. Oh, here we go. I got one. Here we go. All right, we were gonna end, but we're gonna add like just a few more minutes here because we've never done this, so let's do this. So BC often grills me about my bio, but let's I have to spin that fucking wheel of yours every week.
My bio, okay, yeah, your bio.
So let's do a little bit, not so much wheel spinning, but learn biographical information about you through a series of questions, and I'm going to ask you in good faith, and I expect a good faith answer.
Okay.
All right. Where did you go to your high school prom?
I did.
Okay. Where did you take your date for dinner?
I think we went to the truck stop afterwards. And that sounds really bad, right?
No, afterwards, truck stop move, totally okay.
Well, then we ate dinner at the prom like everybody else. You don't like go out to eat and then go to the
dinner
prom.
at the prom?
Yeah, it's like going to a wedding reception,
How many people were in your high school?
I think we had 330 in our graduating class.
And y'all motherfuckers are just eating buffet style in some ballroom?
Yeah, we're from the factory. You know what I mean? Like we're, this is a nice get together, right?
I know, because by the way, he told me where he was from, and I have another buddy of mine who's from Connecticut, and I was asking him, like, hey, where are you from? And he told me, and I asked my other friend, I'm like, what kind of town is that? He's like, it's not money. It's not nice. It's not good.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Did you take a limousine?
No, I drove.
What'd you drive?
My
fucking beater,
my mom's 85 my 85 Chrysler LeBaron that was the year before reaching its 10th year anniversary. My dad was going to give it a new paint job, new everything to celebrate it. And the day after I got my license, I turned to pull into the library and scraped the entire side of the car like against the concrete wall, just like completely like oh god. So but I didn't total the car. Like it was enough to keep driving with like that stain on the side of it So my dad kept that anger toward me for a long time.
Yeah, I would too. I mean,
yeah. So I took that car, by the way.
An absolutely useless human.
Yeah, I took that car with a big dent in it, but
was this your girlfriend?
No, but it was somebody I was hoping to become. But
did the car that had been shaved by cement and your buffet style dinner result? I'll ask it like this: in the experience you were hoping for?
No, it did not.
It did not.
No. But it was a nice night of friendship for all involved. All right.
Those are always the best nights.
The song was "In Your Eyes" by Journey. Was the wait, not by Journey. By no, I'm sorry. "In Your Eyes" by Peter Gabriel was my junior prom one. My senior year was some shitty Journey song. Just some not.
Did you wear a tuxedo?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. First car you ever bought with your own money?
A 1985 Chevy Celebrity Gold. It had 32,000 miles on it. It was just two-door with a full long seat.
Oh, man.
And the woman that I bought it from, or that sold it to the lot, I bought it for $1,800. The first day of college I bought it, actually that day, like on the way to college. I left right from the car place to pick it up. But it only had low mileage because it was owned by an old lady who lived a long time. She was a smoker, and all she did was drive it to church and to the smoke store and back. So it was like, except for the cigarette stains on like everywhere, except for that, it was in like great condition and low mileage. But it would stall out in very inopportune moments at all different speeds. So there was some precarious moments you'd catch yourself in, like you're turning at a dangerous intersection and your car just stops. And so it was nicknamed the Stallion because of that. But you'd have to quickly restart it and get it going. You can also pull the keys completely out of the ignition once you're driving and put them in your pocket, which was always a cool trick.
I like how you have to do magic tricks in the middle of driving.
But it was definitely one of those shitbox cars that that would always have something wrong with it, would barely be alive again. And then I had bumper stickers on the back. My dad never had a bumper sticker in his life, hates them, thinks you're degrading the paint of the car.
They are.
And I had like Pink Floyd and Zeppelin and the Beatles and everything was cool. But then I had a bumper sticker of a camper and it said white trash under it. And my parents did not think that was a good message or look. So.
All right. Have you ever been arrested?
Never.
Never?
Never. I probably should have been a few times.
Yeah,
Like,
same
we
here.
all
Never
have.
been arrested. Got pretty close a couple times.
Yes.
What's the closest you got? Can you tell? Did you commit some hate crime and run and then
No, it was
no
like
one can identify
concert parking lot related, you know? That kind
Did you
of stuff.
smear feces?
No, none of that.
Oh, I know what we can end on. Let's see how this goes. Ready for this? BC has never seen Two Girls, One Cup.
Sounds like an adult movie.
Okay, sort of. Here, let me explain this. It's a challenge, right? I know this is like, I understand what we're doing is like a challenge from like literally 15 years ago. I'm going to try to do a challenge. I actually don't know how this is going to go, so you might say no. The trick is to watch it as long as you can. Okay?
No.
It doesn't involve any crimes that I'm aware
This
of.
sounds stupid.
That's one way to put it. Would you try it on Room Service Diaries? If you won't do it here, you'll never do it.
All right, not right now though.
Oh, fuck off. Do it now.
How long do people normally last watching?
I think you'll probably last not more than 20 seconds. If that.
I think you've built it up too much. I already know
Oh, I
how
don't-
I'm supposed to react.
No.
And I'm torn between giving it the reaction it deserves or just no selling it to just spite
Dude, you know the deranged shit that I like.
That's what scares me, and
And I
that's
was
why
like,
I don't
and
want
this
to do
is
it on
so
camera.
far from that even I am like, it's
Okay, throw it up there. All right.
all right, well, we're gonna see how this goes. I'm gonna turn there is volume involved, but I don't think it's necessary. So hang on, I'm not gonna want this on my search, so I'm gonna put this in incognito.
Is this like one of those things where somebody sends you that you think you're playing a maze in like 2004 on your computer, and then it ends with like a horror guy screaming
Nope.
in your face?
No, it's you will have clear knowledge of what you're looking at.
Is this like is there anyone being birthed during this?
Jesus, where would I even watch this shit?
Boob tube?
God, now you got me going to like porn sites. They're like super fucked up.
First time the phone's ever been there.
Oh, Jesus. See, I built this up now. I might be failing.
No,
you.
it's over. Look at it. It's already over.
All right. We can always cut the. Hold on. Here we go.
All right. Thank you for following us this far. This feels like a Blair Witch.
I'm blocking your light too.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. We will not. We got to stop asking them to do reviews.
Yeah. I don't care about your reviews at all. All right.
Fuck your review. You know what? Fuck your review. Fuck them. This is Room Service Diaries. Thanks for watching.